It's Leake Academy football coming to you from Thagard Field on the campus of Leake Academy in Madden. I'm Philip Palmertree. Jonathan Fitzhugh's here with me. We'll bring him in a second, and glad to have you for Week 5 action. The number one team in MAIS 5A comes to the 4-8-8. Simpson Academy 3-1 overall. They lost their first ball game last week to MRA 27-14, a ball game they were very competitive in, by the way. We appreciate everybody joining us here as tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association, and this is the Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff. We've got the video going, courtesy of Smith & Smith Attorneys, and if you're watching that, you'll start to see the Hall of Fame honorees for 2022 Leake Academy starting to be presented at midfield, and we've got 3 of them tonight. One of them particularly special to us, Kristen Caldwell Malone, great Lady Rebel basketball player from about 20 years ago, coming to the 50 to be honored, and she is the second all-time career scorer in Lady Rebel basketball history. Got Miriam Prince chasing her, though. We'll, of course, talk about that a little bit more, and, of course, Philip Prince, who needs very little introduction to Leake Academy, folks. Another basketball great from the early 90s. And Phillips being inducted tonight. And then Gilbert Barham, the late Gilbert Barham. We'll talk about that in a second, and we'll kind of give a little special attention to that in just a minute. Let's bring in our partner, Jonathan Fitzhugh. And Jonathan, for Leake, losers of 3 in a row, banged up, injured. What are some things that you think need to happen tonight for Leake to be in position to pull the upset?
First, I'd like to thank you for letting me come back again this week. And sorry I missed last week. Sinuses got me, but hey. All right, to your question, I think we just need to make a good special team play, a couple of those, and just stay tight on defense, and we can get that upset tonight.
All right. Well, a good start would be something that I know this crowd here would really like to see. To talk about Simpson, you've got to talk about this 20-member senior class that they're bringing back, and they have got lots of experience on both sides of the ball. They've got maybe the best running back in MAIS, any level, in Carter Cockrell, who has rushed for more than 3,000 career yards to date. Came into the season at about 2,700 and has raced past 3,000 career through the first 4 ball games of the season. And then when he needs a rest, they've got a big back named Kennedy, who sure is hard to handle. You've seen Philip Prince be honored here at Hall of Fame inductee, and now you'll see Gilbert Barham's family coming into the shot in just a second. And we're honoring our great friend, former coach, longtime radio color commentator, Gilbert Barham. We've devoted the season to them this year, and we'll let you hear the introduction.
For nearly 20 years, Gilbert, along with Melvin Wooten, became known as the voice of Leake Academy football every Friday night. Whether in Madden, Starkville, or some other Mississippi small town, you knew you could count on 98.3 FM, and you knew you could count on Gilbert to keep the referees straight. Sadly, Gilbert left us much too soon, and as such is represented this evening by his wife, Sheila. Our final Leake Academy Hall of Fame inductee this evening, Gilbert Barham. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Kristen Caldwell Malone, Philip Prince, and Gilbert Barham.
Well, there you heard it. And 3 outstanding honorees inducted to the Leake Academy Hall of Fame as we continue with the Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff. And go ahead and ask our weatherman. Tell us about tonight's weather and field conditions. That's presented by Winston Plywood and Veneer.
About kickoff time, we should have about 75-degree weather, good football weather.
All right, and very little wind to speak of at all, and humidity's down a little bit, so not much to slow down the track. Field looks good, and we should have some exciting football ahead for you. Let's get to the Prince Oil starting lineups. You need to visit any of the 7 locations of the Junction, anywhere across East Central Mississippi, places like Ridgeland, Union, Louisville, Carthage, Oxford, and I'm forgetting 1 or 2 others, but maybe by the end of the season I'll have all 7 memorized. I got 5 right there. That was pretty good with nothing in front of me, but fuel up your car and fuel up yourself at the Junction. Use their catering. Put some Junction in your next function and your friends at Prince Oil bringing you tonight's starting lineups. Here's the offensive starting lineups tonight. We'll start at center. Senior Grant Barnes will be putting his hand on the ball. Senior's 5'10", 250. The guards, Hayden Jenkins getting the start at left guard. Sophomore, 6'1", 235. Jared Sims, the experienced senior at right guard, 5'11", 220. And at left tackle, Colton Burns, 6'6", 290. Right tackle, Carter Walsworth, 6'2", 300. At running back, Whit Welch, 5'11", 195. He was last week's in-person sport player of the game for his career-high carries, 33 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. And then also at wide receiver, Riley Myers, 6'2", 210 pounds, senior. Also at wide out, we moved Jake Brown to running back. Sorry, I had to make some scribbles there in my lineup. There it is. Charlie Brantley, 6'1", 150. Junior will see a lot of action at wide receiver tonight. And Aiden Watkins will be at tight end, 6'2", 200 pounds senior. And at quarterback, George Wilcox, the freshman, 6 tall, 200 pounds. The specialist, Ben Jackson, the long snapper, junior, 6'3", 190. Seth Martin, the junior, will be holding, 5'10", 235. Matthew Nowell will have the place kicking duties and kickoff duties, 5'10", 135-pound sophomore. And Rhett Stovall punting, 6 tall, 145, junior. On the defensive side, Aiden Watkins at one defensive end, 6'2", 200. It looks like we're going to be without Jake Adams tonight due to a hamstring injury, and we'll keep an eye on that for you. The other end, another in-sports player of the game from last week, Lucas Thomas, 6'2", 190. And then subbing in the line, we saw a lot of Grayson McDonald in last week's game against Union, the sophomore, 6 tall, 195. And also Tanner Johnson filling in the middle of that line, junior, 5'9", 150. Jared Sims seeing action at defensive tackle, and also sophomore Hagan Bobo, sophomore, 6'1", 235. That's your line personnel. Linebackers pretty much set with the 3. Camden Marble on the outside, 5'10", 150, junior. Then also leading tackler on the ball club, middle linebacker Bryce Watkins, senior, 6 tall, 160 at linebacker. And then where's my other linebacker? Just had it and then I lost. 41, Dylan Jones. There he is, 5'7", 150, a senior. Cornerbacks, Bishop Harden, senior, 5'7", 155 at corner. At safety, Riley Myers. We mentioned earlier, senior, 6'2", and 210 pounds. Charlie Brantley at the other corner, 6'1", 150. And Jake Brown at strong safety, 6 tall, 155. The Junction starting lineups for tonight's game. If you're watching on video, with a link at Kicks96news.com, the Smith & Smith Attorneys video stream, you're seeing the spirit line forming over in the south end zone and the inflatable helmet. We are having some ups and downs in terms of strength, upload speed of our video tonight, so bear with us if it buffers and drops for a little bit. Hang in there, and we're just in a position where we can just hope for the best with it, and appreciate our studio engineer Billy Steen helping us out there. And we always have the great camera work from John Alden Crosby live here at Thagard Field. But we want you to play Kicks Picks every week. It's 50 minutes past the deadline for Kicks Picks. You have to have them in by 6 o'clock on Friday, but you need to go to Kicks96news.com and look at the selection. It gets posted on Monday. High school games, college games, a couple of select NFL games as well. And you pick the winners. And if you are the winner of that week's contest, then you're going to get a gift certificate from Southern or Soul in Carthage and get to enjoy the great food over there. And then the cumulative winner is going to get a grill from Ozark Ag in Carthage. So it's fun, it's free. Kicks Picks, play that every week at kicks96news.com. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. A couple of other things we'll do before we get started is just mention the standings in MAIS 5A. Simpson and St. Joe sitting atop with 1-0 records in the league. St. Joe plays out of district tonight. They host Tri-County, and that should be interesting. Of course, they're playing down a level, but I'm going to tell you something. Tri-County knows how to move the football, and St. Joe better be ready for that. They could get upset tonight, and we'll play at St. Joe 2 weeks from tonight. Leake sitting there third place, no wins, no losses in the district. East Rankin at 1-1. They are playing at Ethel tonight. It's homecoming over at Ethel, and East Rankin's got one victory courtesy of the Park Place forfeit. And then Lamar at 0-1. They played Simpson pretty close a couple of weeks ago, losing 29-21. Lamar plays at PCS, so they're moving up to 6A and playing in Hattiesburg tonight. And then, of course, Park Place is going to be in last place. They played 2 ball games and announced they were forfeiting the rest of the season. We'll be following as many games as we can, filling you in along the way for the scoreboard tonight. And there's a scoreboard widget available in the news stories, also at kicks96news.com. If you're kind of getting the idea, kicks96news.com is pretty important if you want to keep up with local news, weather, what's going on in the community, and so much sports content. Our great producer and sports director, Breck Riley, and BMO, they're both providing content for that. And we've got, of course, great content coming at you here from Madden. The Rebel captains are on the field. The Rebels will be in red jerseys again tonight. 3 home games, 3 red jersey ball games. The Navy helmets with LA on it, the GB sticker on the back to honor Gilbert Barham. Red jerseys, white numerals trimmed in navy, and the gray pants with the red and navy stripes down the side. And Simpson's captains are approaching the 20-yard line now. They're in their classic red helmets with the S on the side in blue and the single white stripe down the middle. White jerseys, red numbers, and plain white pants. Simpson, the Cougars, and Leake Rebels. And Jonathan, you got in these two teams that really do the same things. It's just a matter of who's better at executing it, and so there's not any fooling going on. This is your first Simpson League game. I'm just going to give you the warning. You're going to see some hitting tonight.
It could be a barn burner tonight if we tone it up on defense and kind of stop Simpson at their play. Like you said, we play at the same place and same plays, so, hey, we can match them.
So the captains tonight for L.A., Grant Barnes, Bryce Watkins, and Riley Myers. So we're waiting the coin toss right now. We're getting close to kickoff for tonight's game. League won in week 1, 40-12 over Winston Academy, and then have had 2 close road losses. A 10-6 loss at JA in week 2, and that's when Red Atkinson went down with an injury to his shoulder, and he's out again tonight. And then lost last week in the Thursday night game, 13-6 against Union. And in between those 2 ball games, a home loss here to Starkville Academy, who's turning out to, looks like they're going to have an outstanding season. So looking at the coin toss, Simpson's going to be taking the opening kickoff, and they're going to be heading south to north, right to left. Captains are shaking hands. And, hey, we need to mention something, congratulate one of the Rebels. I just mentioned Red Atkinson a minute ago. He announced on Wednesday that he is committing to play baseball at East Central Community College. So that is congratulations to him and his family. His mother told me yesterday that Rhett had decided a little while back ago, but decided to wait till Wednesday because it was the birthday of East Central head baseball coach Neil Holloman. So he gave Neil Holloman a really nice birthday present in making that announcement. So that's a great moment in a young athlete's life, and getting that scholarship offer and accepting that. So that's something to look forward to. Simpson taking the field from the southeast end. And they are a big ball club. We've played teams who have more kids on the roster than they do, but I don't think we play anybody who's got the kind of size and poundage per man as what Simpson brings to the table.
They got some big old boys over there.
They sure do. And we're waiting for the Rebels. They're in the inflatable helmet. Getting a little sway going in there. Spirit lines ready. Cheerleaders ready. And here come your Leake Academy Rebels. So we've got football on the way. Coming up shortly. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, and when we come back, we've got the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from Madden. Leake and Simpson coming up after this break as Leake Academy football continues.
Total Pain Care is pleased to announce the addition of a full-time pain management clinic in Philadelphia. This location allows Dr. Pearson and Dr. Martin, along with Sam Kratzer, nurse practitioner, to better serve Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Our mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and promote independence for our patients. For more information, visit our website at totalpaincare.org and call us today. We are located in the Medical Arts Clinic in front of Neshoba General Hospital. Total Pain Care, better quality of life, closer to home.
Southerner Soul is the place where you slide your feet under the table and feel right at home. That's because their Southern home-style cooking really is just like being at Grandma's. Tuesday through Sunday, the fine folks at Southerner Soul will serve you your choice of a delicious plate lunch in a nice family atmosphere. For the salad lovers, they have a fresh salad bar with all the fixins. It's Southerner Soul, just like Grandma used to make it. Highway 16, Carthage.
Smith & Smith is the longest-standing law firm in Leake County. They're proud to support Leake Academy and all area football teams this year. Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. Smith & Smith Law Firm has worked hard for years, and it's paid off. So will your work, young men. Smith & Smith is here to help you survive criminal and family law. Smith & Smith, 207 Water Street, Carthage, or at jesmith.law, jesmith.law, or call 601-267-5611.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Get ready for the 31st meeting between Simpson and Leake, and Swaggy P singing the national anthem, Miriam Prince. And so she also led the opening prayer, and we are ready to get things started. Philip Palmertree and Jonathan Fitzhugh with you, Billy Steen in the studio, Rebels and Cougars. Boy, these teams met last year down at Mendenhall and played one of the hardest hitting ball games I've seen in a long time. The Rebels won at 23-14 in that slugfest. And Leake has won the last four, but if you look over the history of the series, it's been Simpson. They have won a lot of state championships, particularly in that kind of period between about 2000 and 2012. They had an incredible run. And they've not won a state championship since 2013, but they think they're knocking on the door this year So we're about to find out what they can do with the Leake Rebels in this district game tonight. Got Matthew Nowell teeing up the ball. Rebels in red will be kicking left to right. The video scoreboard graphic at the top brought to you by Smith and Smith Attorneys of Carthage. I hear the whistle, and here we go. Big crowd here tonight. And a line drive kick going to hit at the 15, be scooped up there. Coming between the hash and the numbers right side is Sawyer Dunn, the wide receiver. And he's going to be corralled. Rebels do a good job in pursuit and get him down before he can hit the 25. So Rebels on D first. New quarterback, Barrett McKinney for for Simpson, number 10, sophomore. That was a question mark coming into the year, but he has played very well, and you're going to hear the name Carter Cockrell, number 2, senior running back. He's set to the left of McKinney. And they'll hand it off to Cockrell. He will get turned around, twisted, fall ahead to the 23-yard line. Short gain on first down, about 3 before he gets wrapped up by Bryce Watkins. Seeing Grayson McDonald getting the start along the defensive front, Jonathan.
Yep, good stop right there. Good run. Good stop of the run.
2nd down and 7. Pistol formation, handoff Cockrell, and he's going to get across the 30. Looks like he's got the first down and maybe another couple of yards before he gets stood up by McDonald and Myers and pushed back, but it's going to be first down for the Cougars after the run straight up the gut.
So we know what we need to stop right now. We need to stop Cockrell with the run.
Yep, and they have a couple of big receivers, an experienced receiver in Sawyer Dunn, and then a big, tall receiver in Chance Funchess on the outside. And then it looks like McKinney wants to put it in the air, throwing for Dunn, who's got a step on the cornerback, dives out ahead of an overthrown ball at about the 30-yard line, and the pass falls incomplete.
Overthrew his man. Good stop by our defense.
2nd and 10. Simpson offense looking into the sideline, getting their play call. Ball's right in the middle of the field, the width of the field. From the 31, 2nd and 10. Cockrell left side has a blocker fall down in front of him, and the Rebels are able to close in on him and pursue him and bring him down for a loss.
Good defensive front right there, reading the play, getting the stop.
So McDonald and Hagan Bobo were right there with a little option pitch or a little option pass to the inside, but the Rebels were all over it. Hagan Bobo, the sophomore, getting in there with Jared Sims to make the stop for a loss back behind the 25 to the 23, so that's going to force the punt.
So one big run for Simpson Academy, and then, the defense woke up. We knocked them on back, and it's our ball now on this punt.
Snap back to the punter. He gets it away, and that's Weston Fry. Fry's punt will hit at the 50 and roll to Jake Brown outside the numbers, far side of the field, and he'll lunge forward to the 50. And the Rebels are in outstanding field position as we start the opening drive. First quarter, tonight's ball game presented by the Leake